Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do because it is going to be my final Shop to My Stash of 2020. I'm gonna bring this series back in 2021. I mean, did I scare you there for a second? I'm gonna bring this series back in 2021. So today I'm gonna be going over the Shop to My Stash bag that I've had picked out for the last 2 months, give my thoughts on these products, declutter a few of them, and then I'm gonna share with you what I've picked out for the next 2 months for my Shop My Stash bag. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you are new to this series, I do this every other month and then I alternate them with my project pan where I'm trying to use up products and pan products. And then my Shop My Stash is for products that maybe I feel like need some more love. That's what I pull out for these. So I'm gonna go through the bag that I've had picked out. There were some surprising products in here that I'm excited to share my thoughts on. I'm going to be decluttering some and then I'll show you what I've picked out for January and February 2021. I also want to say that I just finished filming this look. This is going to be tomorrow's video, which is going to be a Christmas get ready with me. It's just a very chill, relaxed get ready with me. So that's coming tomorrow and I'm really excited to show you some of the products. I mean, everything will be linked in my description box as always that I have on, but there were some interesting products in there. Happy Christmas Eve for those of you who celebrate. I thought I'd put on my fancy shirt. I wore this last year to our Christmas Eve family party. I'm wearing it tonight while I eat soup with my husband and dog because we can't go anywhere or see anyone, but that is okay. That is fine. It's still a reason to dress up, totally fine. Put some of my fancy jewelry on, tried to curl my hair, weird things started happening and we're gonna ignore that. I just posted on my Instagram, all I want for Christmas is new hair, but let's just talk about the makeup instead, okay? All right, so a product that I actually did finish up. This is from Morphe, their continuous setting spray. So I did my setting spray declutter recently. It was a primer, powder, and setting spray declutter. And I mentioned that I had used this all the way up, but because I am the best YouTuber around, I put it back into my Shop My Stash bag so I could show you. But that's empty now. I was thinking about repurchasing it because I really do like it. I don't love a lot from Morphe, but they do have some products that I do enjoy. Their setting spray is one of them, but I have some new setting sprays. I have a new one that I'm going to be pulling into this bag. I just grabbed one from Hourglass. I have one from Peach and Lily. They're sitting right here. That's why I'm looking at them. So I don't need to repurchase it at least right now. So yeah, that one I used up. My eyeshadow palette. It is really hard to put eyeshadow palettes in these videos because there are especially so many new palettes to constantly be testing out. Sometimes it just feels like impossible that I'm using the same palette over and over and over again because there's so much new stuff and so many people seem interested in palettes. Palette videos do really well, at least on my channel, and I feel like I'm always trying to try the new ones, but I tend to always put palettes in my Shop My Stash bag. And for this last one, I put in the Nomad by Juvia's Place. I did use it a couple times, mostly just for really simple looks, usually just using some of the mattes. This middle shimmer is really beautiful, but honestly, I didn't get a ton of use out of it, and that's just kind of becoming a theme with my Shop My Stash, which is making me sad, but you know, it's still a nice palette, it's still good. And then for some reason, I also decided to put a single shadow in here. Why I felt like I needed both, I don't know, but I put in from Marc Jacobs. This was their Sequins Glam Glitter Eyeshadow. Really beautiful. I used it a solid 1 time in these past 2 months. Used it a whole 1 time, but it's really pretty. I've started to kind of lean towards the Hourglass. They're scattered light, right? Yeah, they're scattered light shadows, and I used to lean more towards the Marc Jacobs. I'm not really sure where the switch is coming into play, but it's still really pretty. So I'm gonna be keeping around those eye products. For some reason, I really thought, you guys are gonna start laughing. I really thought I was going to put a pan into this next product. Why? Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. My project pans, even these videos where I think I'm gonna use up products, it's like I'm physically incapable of hitting pan, especially in bronzer products. But this one here, this is from TheBalm. This is the Take Home the Bronze Bronzer in Ali. I use this as a contour shade because I have another bronzer in here, but I use this as a contour quite a bit because it's a little bit more cool toned. It just looks like a good contour shade on me. And I've had it for such a long time, and there's a pretty big dip in the middle here, and I I used it so many, this was probably, there's a few products in here that I used quite a bit over these last 2 months, but this is definitely one of those like most used products. And I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. Moving on to another product that I used a whole lot throughout the month. This concealer from Covergirl. This is the True Blend Undercover Concealer. My shade is in Classic Beige. I use this so often. It's one of my favorite concealers. It's really affordable. I've raved about it forever. I used this a ton. Another product that I use quite a bit, my powder from Covergirl, the Vitalist Healthy Powder. I have the shade Buff Beige. I'm really trying to use this all the way up. I don't know if it will ever happen, but I'm really proud of how it looks right now. But I'm gonna try to get like this top part, you know, I'm gonna try, but still really like this powder, still works well. Going to continue to use it. Another product, oh, and this one is like, this one's gone. This is from Ilia. This is the mascara that I pulled in. This is their After Midnight Limitless Lash Mascara. I think After Midnight is technically the shade because it's like a black. But this mascara, like, you know, mascara is one of those things that every time you open it, like, it doesn't, like, it's not all of a sudden just bare and void, but when I actually put it on my lashes, I'm like, this is pretty much done for. So that's what I try to do in my Shop My Stash videos, is to go through and get rid of a mascara, since you do want to replace these in your collection. But this is a great mascara. I actually have another one. It came in the Lash Stash set that I purchased from Sephora recently, so this one is going to be moving out of my collection. Another one of my most used products, and one that really surprised me, because I put it in here because sometimes I put in products that just need more love. Sometimes I put in products that are really new to me, but maybe I don't have a huge collection of, so I kind of want to use them and test them. But sometimes I put products in here that I'm like, I don't really know if I want to keep this around, so let's put it in my Shop My Stash bag and see how much I reach for it, see how much I want to use it. Then I can declutter it at the end of the video if I want to. This is from Estee Lauder, and this is their Double Wear. Me and the Double Wear have had such an interesting journey. The shade I wear is 3N1. And I refused to buy this for a while because I would hear other YouTubers talk about how full coverage it is. And I was like, I don't really like full coverage. I don't want to do that. And then I finally got it and tested it out. And I was like, this to me is a really beautiful medium coverage natural finish foundation, which is my sweet spot, has been for such a long time. I was like, this is beautiful. And then more foundations came out and my collection started to get bigger, and then this slowly started to get like pushed to the back and pushed to the back. So when I did my foundation declutter, I really almost decluttered this because I was like, well, I'm just not reaching for it anymore, and I have plenty of other foundations I love. Hence why it's in my Shop My Stash bag. I could not stop wearing this the past 2 months. I'm so mad that I almost decluttered it. It really does make my skin look so beautiful. And on those days, you know, I have hormonal acne. I definitely have times where my skin is more flared up and I'm just not feeling super confident like today. And it's like, I just want to reach for my Double Wear because I feel like it covers so beautifully. It's not too much. It's not heavy. It's not cakey. It's just, the natural finish on it is beautiful. It's lightweight. I can't believe I almost decluttered this one. I'm so glad I put it in my Shop My Stash bag. I also used the crap out of my Christian Audette and Mel Thompson Smooches lip liner. This is such a beautiful lip liner. I believe this is still available. Everything's going to be linked down below. A lot from Mel's collection with Christian Audette has sold out, but this is still there, and it's a gorgeous lip liner. She has Smooches and Kitten. I actually reach for Smooches more because it's a little bit more of a darker nude. Kitten's just a little bit lighter. I mean, both work great, but for me, what I like with lip products is usually like a darker lip liner and then a lighter lipstick or gloss. It's creamy. It's so long wearing. It is so long wearing. Mel did such a great job. I use this so much. I also use this brow pencil so much that it's all the way up. There's just a tiny little bit. I need to go get a new one of these whenever I can make it to Target again. It's a blizzard outside right now, so that's like, I feel like I'm never going to be able to even leave my house at all because there's so much snow outside. But this brand, let me tell you what it is. This is the Arches and Halos. This is their micro defining brow pencil. I use the shade Neutral Brown. This is a fantastic brow pencil. I really don't hear anybody talk about this brand. I don't hear anybody talk about this pencil. I think it's fantastic. I'm definitely going to get another one the next time I'm at Target. They're not at every single Target. There's one Target in the Des Moines area, which I live about an hour and a half from. There's only one Target that is like the mega Target. I remember there's always 2 Targets kind of in the same location, and I kind of bounce back and forth between the 2 of them. But one day I was over in another area and I was like, oh, there's a Target over here, I'll just stop in. And it was like the mecca. I was like, wait, what is they? I mean, from their makeup to their home decor, even their groceries, like it's a bigger, better Target. And I was like, this is the only, it truly is the only Target I go to now because I think it's great. But out of the Targets that I have in my area, it's only one that I see this brand at. They should be at all of them though. That's a great brow pencil and I'm about to use it up. A newer product that I had pulled in, this is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is their putty primer. I pulled it in because I don't often get a ton of new primers at once, and this one was newer and I just wasn't reaching for it. Mostly because it's the putty primer. I don't really like putting my fingers in makeup. Like, it's not really my thing, but I was like, put it in your Shop My Stash bag. I always leave this just sitting next to my desk, sitting on my desk next to my computer, so it's really easy for me to grab for it if I just, you know, want to reach for something real quick. If I'm not like filming makeup or anything, that's kind of why I have it, so I can keep using the products. And I did use it a lot. I used it today. You'll see it in tomorrow's Get Ready With Me, along with like the e.l.f. CC cream. I just picked up those products. I have a full try on here on YouTube with some of those also, but it is really nice. I haven't tried the Tatcha, which this is supposed to be a dupe for. I haven't tried this form of the Tatcha, so I can't really speak to that. But I do think that it's a nice primer. I don't know if it'll ever be like my top fave pick, but it's still a good one. All right, I had in here from Too Faced, this is their Sun Puppy Bronzer. I did use this quite a bit. I was proud of myself because it was here and a lot of people were loving it, and then it was sold out, but now it's back. This was supposed to be, it even says on the back, limited edition bronzer, and I think this came out last year, but it is still available on the site. So I don't know, it's just weird. It was one of those where I just kind of stopped using it because it wasn't available anymore, and people got really upset when this was out of stock, and they would see it and they'd be like, no, I wanted that one so bad. And then, you know, do I still have my, oh, I've been wearing, I was gifted an empath protection bracelet and I wear it so often. I've been wearing it all week. I was wondering if I still had it on, but I must have taken it off when I put this shirt on. It's like, I'm an empath, man. That makes me feel so bad when people say that. I feel so guilty. I feel like I'm disappointing people. I'm like, ah! So the bronzer kind of got pushed to the wayside, but apparently it's back. Watch, it's going to be sold out now as I'm putting together the description box, but it is a really nice bronzer. I just swirl it all around together and it really is pretty. And then I had in here from Natasha Denona the mini blush and glow. I really wanted to use up the blush side a little bit because I don't often go into it. I do like the highlight side, even though it's a lot more subtle than I'm used to. I think it's really pretty as inner corner or a brow bone highlight, a nose highlight even. I think that it's really pretty. The blush, I did use it multiple times throughout the past 2 months. It's still not my absolute favorite shade, but I actually like to mix it. And I think it's really pretty to be mixed with the blush in the Natasha Denona Mini Bronze and Glow. I think mixing those together make a really flattering face shade, and that's what I realized this month. So I'm still going to keep it around. I still liked it. And then my final product, I had this liquid lipstick from Lawless Beauty and George. I feel like I have not been wearing my Lawless lips recently, and they're some of my favorites. They were the first launch from the brand, the first product that I tried from the brand, and George is just a beautiful nude. So I did get to wear this a few times this month, even though there's a few new lip products that I grabbed, but still got to rock my Lawless George. So that is everything that I had in my Shop My Stash bag, and let me show you my new picks. I got my new bag out here. Let's see what we got. I started with my legs crossed, but then I realized I have to put everything in my lap, so I need to uncross my legs so the bag can stay. My goal for 2021 is to get a desk, so I don't have to film like this anymore. It's been 5 years, like maybe it's time for a desk. Okay. Let's see, to start off with, I have my primer. I decided to pull in, speaking of Tatcha, I decided to pull in the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. So I haven't tried the putty one. This one I do like a lot, and when I was doing my primer declutter, I could definitely tell which ones I tend to reach for often. And I was like, even though I like the Tatcha one so much, I feel like I'm not using it as much as some of my other ones. So that's why I decided to throw it into my bag. The cap is long gone. No idea where the cap is, not gonna lie to you, but I really do like this one, so I want to get some more use out of it. For my foundation, I decided to go with this one from Pure. This is the 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Longwear Foundation. I have the shade LG5. I haven't used this one a whole ton recently. It's a little bit more full coverage. I usually like the more medium coverage, but especially like around these colder months, I tend to go for more full coverage. I don't know why, but I do. And this shade is pretty light, which would match me better right now because I haven't seen the sun in a while. For my concealer, I decided to pull in this one from Rare Beauty. I think it's just, I don't know, their concealer. That's all it says. I have the shade 200C. I purchased a couple products recently from Rare Beauty when they were first coming out, and not a whole lot absolutely blew me away from the line. I don't mind their foundation, and I didn't mind their concealer. I have a huge concealer collection in general, and there wasn't a ton that I was like, oh, I really want to show this more love. So I was like, let's throw the Rare Beauty in there and see if my thoughts change after trying to use it really consistently for 2 months. So we will see. Oh, I pulled another Tatcha product in here too. This is for my setting spray. This is the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. So once again, when I was filming that declutter video, I feel like I got a handful of new setting sprays all at the same time, and I was like trying to use them, and then some of them I kind of like forgot about, and I kept going to my regular, like my usual ones that I had in my collection. And this one from Tatcha I kind of blanked on, and I was like, wait a second, I need to try that, because I really couldn't even say in my declutter video, I was like, I can't even really say a lot about this because I've used it that inconsistently. So boom, I used it today. It's going in my Shop My Stash bag. For my brow pencil, I just got a new one of these, and I'm really excited because I've used one up and it's a really good brow pencil. This is from TheBalm. This is their Furrowcious brow pencil. I use the shade light brown. This is really, really nice. If you haven't tried this one yet, I would definitely recommend it. It's really similar to that one from Joa. It's really similar to the Benefit Precisely My Brow, and that is the type of brow pencil that I just enjoy. And this one is so good. I used it up a while ago, and I always meant to repurchase a new one, and I never did. And then TheBalm asked me once what my favorite product was from them, and I sent it over a few items, and I said their brow pencil, and they sent me another one. I was like, no way. So I was really excited about that. So that's why it's in my Shop My Stash bag. I decided to pull in a face palette. Just like wild and crazy like that. But this is from Zoeva. This is the Basic Moment Blush Palette. I received this a while ago as a gift from a subscriber, and it's really beautiful. I use this as a contour shade. We have a highlight and a blush. All three are beautiful. They're very soft. They're very easy to blend. They look very natural, and I just think that it's a beautiful face palette. So I also decided to pull in a bronzer, since that one I do use more as just a contour, and I decided to go with my real pricey Tom Ford bronzer. I feel like Tom Ford hasn't gotten a lot of love from me the past while because I accidentally misplaced it, and I put it into a giveaway box. I always have giveaway boxes that I fill up throughout the time, and then when they get full, I ship them off to people, and I accidentally filled quite a bit of one giveaway box with products that I either already had and was using, and then newer products that I had wanted to try. I mixed up the boxes somehow. And I was looking for this bronzer for such a long time because it's the Tom Ford bronzer. I knew it was missing from my collection, and I was like, did Aries take it? Like, I'm so confused. Who broke in and took my Tom Ford bronzer? But I found it, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull it in here and show it some love because it was neglected for a while. I almost forgot to mention my powder. I'm gonna do this one from number 7. It's not really all that new of a purchase for me, but I just posted a video talking about my top 10 drugstore purchases or the best drugstore makeup that I tried in 2020. There's a bunch of dupes in that video. If you haven't seen it yet, I can link it in the cards. But I mentioned buying this number 7 Triple Action Lift and Illuminate powder in light medium because so many people have said for years that it's a Charlotte Tilbury dupe, and then I never ended up doing my dupes video. So this one was just kind of hanging around, and it's fantastic, and I put it in that favorites video. I've used it a lot. Like, the N and the 0 is really quite worn away because I've used it so much. I used it today. You'll see it in tomorrow's video. I think it's great. And so again, powder is that one where it's like, I don't have a ton of powder sitting around, so I was like, why not just put it in here? Just keep showing it love. I did decide to put an eyeshadow palette in because I'm wild and crazy like that. But you know what? I really wanted to put in my Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills because I like this palette so much. It was limited edition when it released, but it's come back for this holiday season. You could buy it like in a vault. I think you could buy it in like a collection. And I got really excited for that because it's a beautiful palette, and I don't know. Again, I'm filming this before Christmas, but it just kind of gives me these like holiday vibes. So even though I know it's going to be done. Yeah, when is this going up? Christmas Eve. Yeah, you know, it's that time is going to be over soon, but I don't care because I still think that it's beautiful. I like the cool tones. I like the shimmers in here. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the sultry because I want to. And I also told myself to put a liquid liner in here because I have been trying to get outside my comfort zone a little bit with my makeup looks here and there, and I can wear lashes again because I found a lash adhesive that doesn't irritate my eyes. And a lot of times when I'm wearing lashes, I do like to wear a liquid liner, so I was like, let's put in a liquid liner and try to, you know, do some wing liner looks. That's fun. That'd be like a throwback to several years ago, Samantha. So this is from Ofra. This is their verified liquid liner and it's fantastic. I highly recommend it. It's super easy to use. I also just threw a Milk Makeup eyeliner in here. I usually just throw one in because again, that's always by my bag. This is in bonus. I've actually used a few of the Milk Makeup liners up recently, so I kind of want to see, like, can I use another one up? That'd be crazy. Also from Ofra, I'm putting in their mascara. This is their HD Volumizing Mascara. I've gone through several of these. I've mentioned it quite a bit as being a favorite mascara of mine, and I think it's great. I used it today. Again, you'll see it in tomorrow's Get Ready With Me. But this one I know I've had in my collection for a while, and I actually just got a new one. So I want to use this up so then I can declutter it when I do this video next. But this is a great mascara. And then for my lip combo, I was feeling a little nostalgic when I was looking at my lipsticks, and I was like, this feels like the right choice. This is from Urban Decay. It is their Comfort Matte Lipstick in Stark Naked. I don't know if anyone remembers when I had a deep obsession for Stark Naked, but it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful nude. I love that it has more of a matte finish. These Urban Decay lipsticks are really nice, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And for my lip liner, I decided to go with this one from Pat McGrath. This is the Contour Lip Liner. This is also a really nice lip liner. It's very expensive because it's anti-pat, but I feel like those two would go really well together. And this one, I like it, and I try to remember to use it, but I feel like there's other lip liners that I'm constantly going for. Charlotte Tilbury, ColourPop, I use a ton of those different lip liners, even like Ofra and MAC. Milani has one that I'm like kind of obsessed with recently, but Pat McGrath, she's still a good one, so I thought, why not put it into my Shop My Stash bag? After that though, that is it for today's video and a new Shop My Stash. I hope that you're excited that I'm bringing this series back in 2021. I always find it fun to do these videos and just try out some of these products on a really consistent basis for the 2 months, and then declutter some or rediscover some new loves. That's always exciting. If you guys did enjoy this video though, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video. Happy holidays.